Hey y'all, it's Maddie with Aromatic Fragrances International, and today I'm back for another cold process soap tutorial. If you are ready to venture into the world of soapy swirls, then this is a video for you. In it, I'll be showing you 2 simple swirl techniques that you can use alone or combined so you can make your first soap designs with ease. Complete with our version of Nature's Garden Narcissist fragrance oil, which behaves great in cold process, this tutorial is perfect for beginners or anyone who appreciates the beauty of a colorful, swirly soap design. Whenever I make soap, I find it helpful to have everything I need measured out and ready to go beforehand. As such, I've already prepped my ingredients, including the oils and everything I need for my lye water solution and additives. The recipe I've got for you guys today has a lot of olive oil, meaning it will move fluidly enough to swirl and mix when it's in the mold. But before we get to that, gear up for some safe soaping with long sleeve, some gloves, goggles, and a respirator so you can make the lye water solution. Check out some of our videos on cold and hot process soap making to learn more about the necessary precautions you should take when you're working with lye. Gently add the sodium hydroxide lye into a large measuring container with the distilled water, stirring slowly as you pour. When the lye dissolves and the liquid clears up, set it aside to cool for a while. It'll get pretty hot and you want it to be on the cool side to effectively swirl the soap. In a large, heat-safe pouring pitcher, I've got a mix of 50% olive oil, 35% coconut oil, and 5% each of palm kernel flakes, castor oil, and refined white shea butter. All in all, this is a very gentle soap recipe thanks to the high oleic acid content of the olive oil and the addition of palm kernel flakes, which will help it stay hard enough so you don't have to wait ages to unmold it and cut it. So make sure all the solid ingredients are melted down, just like mine are right here. Be patient and let the oils and lye solution temps drop to around 90 degrees, ideally within 10 degrees of each other. If you haven't already, this is the perfect time to prep your additives. Using paper cups to disperse your mica powders into a carrier oil is a quick way to make cleanup a breeze. Not to mention, they're easy to pour from. You'll see what I mean later. I've added a tablespoon of sweet almond oil into each of these cups and topped them off with half a tablespoon of yellow, orange, and magenta mica powder. And of course, here's our fragrance of the day, our version of Narcissist by Nature's Garden. It's a fan favorite, and not only do I love the scent, but it performs really well in cold and hot process soap. The unique blend of musky and fruity notes gives it a really clean aroma, and it suits well for both bath and body products. Go back and check on your oils and lye solution with an infrared thermometer, and when you've hit the sweet spot, you're ready to make the soap. Keep a very close eye on the texture of the mixture as you stick blend it. You'll want it to come to a very light trace to get the most fluid swirls. As soon as it's fully emulsified, whisk in the Narcissist fragrant oil and divide some of it up into the paper cups. It's okay to eyeball it, I promise. Stir the colors in and pour most of the uncolored soap into a 4.5 pound loaf mold. Here's our first swirl, a drop swirl. Take each of the colored soap and pour them high above the plain soap all along the mold. The higher you pour from, the deeper the color will drop, and be vice versa. Repeat with all of the other colors, layering them on top of each other with each pour. You can stop here and finish up the soap with the last bit of the uncolored soap, or you can swirl them even more with a hanger tool. This is a long bendable wire made for soap swirling, but you can DIY your own with a wire coat hanger yourself. Slide it in at one end of the mold and move it up and down in circular motions throughout the loaf. Before finishing off the top, tap the mold on the table a couple of times just to get out any air pockets and smooth the surface. Complete the bars by pouring any last bits of the colored soap along the top and tracing a figure-8 pattern vertically from one end to the other. For a really special touch, which of course I wanted to add, disperse 1 part super shimmery mica powder into 2 parts carrier oil and pour it along the top before creating the swirls. Limit soda ash by spritzing the surface with some isopropyl alcohol and cover it up to harden over the next couple of days. Because this recipe has a fair amount of olive oil, I'd like to give it at least 48 hours to harden before unmolding it, just to keep it from squishing. Check on it here and there and you may find that it's ready to come out a little bit before then, like mine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bars, shall we? Use your preferred method to slice the soap. This wire cutter splits it up into 16 1-inch bars that weigh about 4 ounces each after they've cured for 4 weeks. Set the bar somewhere to cool and dry to allow the excess water content to evaporate before using them so you get a firm, bubbly bar. Here's the final swirl. It doesn't take much to add eye-catching designs to your soap with these techniques, and you can achieve incredibly unique bars just by switching up how many different colors you choose to use. Each one is entirely unique. Let me know how your first soap swirling experience goes, and if you've done it before, tell us what your favorite methods are. I hope this video gave you some useful tips and tricks that you can keep in mind when you make your next batch. For more guidance on cold and hot process soap making, enroll in our free Soap 101 course at FragranceU.com. Become a member of the Fragrance Fam by liking this video and subscribing, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys!